Alright, guys, welcome back. This is going to be Cube Draft number 8? 8, I think, maybe 7. I don't recall. Well, we're getting ready for it to start here. And what are we going to see in the first pack? Well, there's Demonic Tutor, which comes to mind as being a good combo card. There's an Emrakul, which is a good card. Caracas really not in contention. Karn not in contention for me. Hallowed Fountain and Taiga are also considerations. Hallowed Fountain more so because it's blue base. There's also Mana Leak, which is just a good interactive card. But I think this early... So Demonic Tutor is interesting to me because this early, it's good to speculate and it's good to stay open. And it's weird because Demonic Tutor is kind of like a speculative open pick. It's a combo card, don't get me wrong. I mean, you can play it in control, but it's going to tend to go into combo decks. Emrakul also goes into the kind of decks that Demonic Tutor would want to be in. But I think I'm down with DT. I mean, it's a very strong card. I mean, it's a little slower. It's a tempo loss. You know, but what else are we going to take? An Emrakul? We could take an Emrakul because it's one of the best cards at what it does, which is just be a big dumb thing that kills people. But we have to figure out a way to make it be a big dumb thing and kill people. Mana Leak's just a good interactive card, but I think I'm going to take DT here. Alright, so there's Grim Tutor, which is just a good tutor, obviously. But after taking DT, what do I think? There's Ulamog, another big dumb thing that kills people. There's also just Is It Signet, which is just an open pick. Yeah, I like Signet. I'm going to take Signet here because it just stays open. I think these are pretty decent picks so far. Okay, and then there's this pack. Well, I've never played Jund in Vintage Cube. That seems kind of bad, though. All of these cards are really bad. I don't really want to play a Sundering Titan in a 3 or 4 color deck, which is kind of what I feel like I'm shaping up to play in. If I want to keep the combo dream alive, I could just take Lumbering Falls. I don't want to take Dreadbore here. None of these creatures are enticing to me. None of them are just, that worthy. If there's a Gristlebrand, I'd take it, but I'm going to take Lumbering Falls and just kind of see what else comes my way. That pack was just Garbo, I think. Was not an exciting pack at all. Was kind of a downer. So we can go in a lot of directions here. I mean, we're kind of trying to stay open. I'm trying to draft this well. I don't want to force. I mean, we'll see on the wheels if we start going into something. No, we've not seen a lot of good red deck wins cards. I mean, White Weenie's open, as it always is. I like Dak Vaden a lot. Is Dak Vaden better than Imperial Seal? Spell Pierce is also very good. Imperial Seal just allows us to continue to remain open and see what we can do in a Black X deck, a Black X combo deck. Dak Vaden's also quite good, though. I think Dak Vaden's really good in this cube, and I have a Signet that fixes for him. So I go into some sort of Grixis, either control deck or combo deck. And Dak Vaden does fuel, graveyards, so he's not bad with, Yawgmoth's Will and stuff like that. I think I'm going to take Dak here, guys. Okay, there's a Sylvan Library, which goes to my Lumbering Falls. There's also a Bayou, which allows me to play more colors. There's a Sword of Temptation, but I'm not really that high on the card. I think it's just easy to kill, and it's just kind of marginal. Could also take the Creeping Tizzle. Or take Bayou. Bayou's just a better land, though. I do think Creeping Tar Pit goes better with the cards I currently have. I mean, I would probably be looking to cut the Lumbering Falls at that point. But I'm not opposed to a Bayou here, I don't think. I mean, I may get one of these cards back, like the Sylvan or the Creeping Tar Pit. Probably not. I'm going to take Bayou here. Alright, Kiora, this deck is not trying to do that. Probably Blooming Marsh. So I have very good, bug mana. Cabal Ritual. Could do that. Or we could do, the reasonable card, which is Tireless Tracker, which I think is a good card. I don't think it's Polukranos here. I'm going to take Cabal Ritual, I think. Alright, here. Is there a combo card here? There's really not. There's Copperline Gorge, which allows us to go into 4-color a lot better. I think I'm going to take Copperline Gorge here. I'm taking a bunch of lands and hoping to fix for, a multicolor combo deck. There was not a good combo card in this to start with, other than like Emrakul. So Bob's fine. Bob draws his cards. If I keep my converted mana cost low, it could be good. This guy only gets big things, right? Yeah, it's not good in this deck. I mean, we could take Nicol Bolas. I'm not going to play anything in this pack more than likely, other than like maybe Elves of Deep Shadow, but I'm going to pick up a Nicol Bolas. I'll put it in my sideboard for now. Alright, there's a Raging Ravine or a Dreadbore. I think I'm going to take Raging Ravine. This is like the most open I think I've ever drafted a cube before. I have like all the lands, so I can play 4-color pretty well right now, or seemingly well. My blue is not very good, but I only have one blue card. I have 2 pieces of mana to fix for it. One of them comes into play tapped, though. Here what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up Bloodbraid Elf, because I may be going into like just a Jund Fair deck. I'll pick up Progenitus, because if we pick up Oath, I don't think I want the Pyroclasm effect. I can get something else like that, I think, later. We could just go into Jund. Like, we have a good mana base for Jund. And we have, like, you know, some reasonable enough cards for it. I haven't played mid-range, actually, yet in this cube. I don't think mid-range is bound to be that good. But it probably depends on what cards you get, too. Alright, Recruiter, sure. Terminate, sure. Maybe we're playing Jund. Let's look at this deck as a Jund deck. If I was going to play Jund, would I play Misty Rainforest? Probably the pickup. Like, mid-range cards should go pretty late. Let's look at this. This would be my Jund mana base. I'd cut this. Here. I mean, again, there's not really anything good for Jund again. Could be Lava Claw Reaches or Scrap Heap Scrounger. It's a fine card. Lava Claw has a higher likelihood, I think, of wheeling than the Scrap Heap does. There's just not good combo cards in here, right? Like, I mean, there's a Brainstorm. There's a Through the Breach, which is a decent combo card, but I've already passed up on Emrakul. That has come and gone. I'll try to play mid-range. Alright, so Magus of the Moon's good against us. There's Badlands, which I like. There's Chain Lightning, which I'll probably take, I think. Or Llanowar Elves. Could take the Llanowar Elves. Scalding Tarn doesn't quite do what I wanted to do here. I mean, what if we took the Badlands? You know what, I'm just going to remain very open and take Badlands here. I know at some point I need to commit. Ophiomancer is a fine. Mind Twist. I don't have a lot of ramp in this deck, but Mind Twist is a very powerful card. I think Ophiomancer has a higher likelihood of wheeling. I'm going to take Mind Twist, actually. Something like mid-range. Mid-range stuff. And actually, like, Imperial Recruiter could be played in this. Like, this is toughness or power. With power 2 or less. So it cannot get, actually, any of these except for the Dark Confidant. So it's not that great. So Jund Fair. I do want some discard for my Jund Fair deck. I would like a Liliana for my Jund Fair deck. And I need to get more cards. I'm in Pack 2 and I've been picking up lands very highly. I probably need to start prioritizing stuff that's not land cards. Even though I do like having just great mana. Okay, Phyrexian Arena is a pretty fair card. Maybe just Avacyn's Pilgrim, sadly enough. 1, 2, 3. What else I take? Phyrexian Arena. I mean, I guess Arena is okay. I'll pick up Arena, I guess. I probably will want to pick up a couple Mana Dorks, though, for this deck, but I think, yeah, I need to get some ways to win. A target could come back around. I don't want the deck to be very high on curve. I could do some Planeswalkers, like some 3 and 4 mana Planeswalkers would be good in this deck. Okay, so we have Go for the Throat, Nature's Claim. There's a Gruul Signet, which is just good acceleration. I already have Terminate. I'll take Gruul Signet here, I think. Again, this is just mana, though. Okay, Kolaghan's Command is a powerful card. Raymond Excavator is also quite good. But I'll pick up Kolaghan's Command here. Ramming up would go good if I had like one more fetch. I only have one right now, so it's not like the best. I might play Tarmogoyf in this deck, probably. I don't mind Scrap Heap's cards, but I'm going to need to get more creatures. I have 3 right now. Eek. Not good. So playing basically like, yeah, Jund mid-range / mid-range control. Verdurous Gearhulk or Flame Tongue Kavu. I think the Vu is probably a little better for this build. So we're just looking to like exchange cards, like trade cards out. Like, not trade cards, but like get 2-for-1 advantage off of our cards. We only have Bloodbraid for 2-for-1. Mind Twist is 2-for-1. Kolaghan's Command is 2-for-1. Phyrexian Arena ostensibly is going to be a 2-for-1. Scrap Heap's cards are very good against control, can be a 2-for-1. Here, Toxic Deluge, actually, I think is probably the pickup over Dragonlord Atarka, which Dragonlord Atarka is good, but if I want to play Bob, I think I'd rather have Toxic Deluge in my main deck. It's going to be really bad against some decks, but against other decks, it's just going to like own them, like against like White Weenie or White Aggro or like Red. Red deck wins probably not as much. Alright, so yeah, this card did come around. So Lava Claw came around. It's a free card. Do I want to take a playable and Porcelain Legionnaire or just take this? I think just take the Lava Claw Reaches. Just take like the Great Mana. We're at 18 cards. We do have 7 lands out of 18, so we're at 11 playables. Like, we do need to kind of kick it into gear and find some good playables for this deck, or else we're going to run into some trouble here. But I have faith. I have faith that someone else is in red deck wins, so we're not getting like the lightning bolts and stuff like that. All right, Magus of the Moon is just god-awful for us, but we could play this card. Actually, let's put Polukranos in our deck. Polukranos is fine. I mean, we don't have a lot of green cards. We have not, we've had opportunities to pick up green cards, but we've kind of been passing them. Polukranos is just like a dumb mid-range idiot, and that's kind of what we're playing. It's just like dumb mid-range idiots right now. But I kind of want to try it. Like, I don't think it's going to be good. I think we're probably going to go like 1-2 with this deck. But I want to try it, right? Because, I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, you got to try new things in Cube, like, to keep it interesting. And Storm was just not open. Like, someone else was, like, drafting that. I was drafting the lands to see if I could get into it or, like, slide into it, but, like, someone else, I think, is on it. What does this guy do? Okay, this guy is fine. He does things and stuff. This guy is a 2-for-1. Nature's Claim. Yeah, fine sideboard card. Could even main deck it. I wouldn't mind Ancient Grudge in this deck as well. So it's mostly a black-red deck, but it has a decent bit of green fixing, and I think we can probably jump into more green cards. Alright, Fast Spawn, I do not think this deck is looking to run. Ugin the Spirit Dragon is very powerful, but I don't think what this deck's looking to do. I really want to take Blood Crypt, but I don't want to take Blood Crypt here, if you know what I mean. Cast Down, non-legendary creature. It's a fine card, but it could wheel. Fast Bond is pretty strong, but I'm not running like a lot of draw 7s. Devoted Druid may just be the pickup here. I mean, it's kind of weak. I think Cast Down will wheel. I mean, Ugin, I don't have ramp, though. I don't want another way to deal with creatures. Or do I want just, like, to take the Devoted Druid, like, hope to, like, get into it. God, I'm going to take Blood Crypt. It's too bad not to take it. Alright, Hymn to Turek is very good. I also like, well, there's Yawgmoth's Will. Blackleaf Cliffs I like Manic Vandal. Manic Vandal could possibly come around. I would play Acidic Slime in this deck too, but I think this is a pretty easy Hymn to Turek. We do want some more discard. I mean, we have the Mind Twist, but like we're not getting there quickly. Like the fastest we can do is like off a Gruul Signet. Again, a couple Mana Dorks would be kind of nice with this deck. Alright, so there's a Rexage. There's a Hypnotic Spectre. I think I like Rexage the best here. I like Grave Titan too, but he could come around. And I think I just want another like good interactive card. Like we're just trying to grind people out. Rolfalos this deck's not doing. Bone Shredder is a good card, but really more so for like Legacy Cube. Avenger of Zendikar is just a little bit too much mana. Knight, yeah, if I was playing white, I would like to cast that card in this deck. I could just take the 2-for-1 card, the Bone Shredder here. Yeah, I'm going to pick it up and put it in my sideboard. Shriekmaw would also be pretty... Actually, I'd probably start Shriekmaw in this deck. Just because of like its its utility, like it's a good creature too. Like Bone Shredder's not really a good creature; it just blocks for a turn, buys you a little more time. It does combo out decently well with stuff like Recurring Nightmare, but this deck does not have a lot of creatures. It's mostly a spell-based deck. I think it is going to be pretty sweet though. And 1 second, guys. Quick pause. All right, back, guys. Sorry about that. I'm going to take the camera off because I do intend on eating. So, what do I think of this deck? This deck feels very medium. But, I don't know. I want to try something different, and I think it's going to be kind of fun. Alright, Fauna Shaman is interesting. What card do I think will wheel out of this pack? Like, what does Red Deck Wins have in this pack? I mean, it's got Grim, that's about it. Green Sun Zenith gets the Rexage or the Polukranos or the Bloodbraid Elf, but none of those are really great. Same kind of thing with Fauna Shaman. So, it's either, I think, sadly enough, Brain Maggot or the Grim Lavamancer. I'm going to take Grim. Okay, Nissa. I think I kind of like Nissa over Incinerate. Double Green's a little more challenging, but it's doable in this deck. Like the mana color requirements in this deck are not bad at all. Nissa could come around though. It's certainly not Eureka. Or is it Incinerate? Just early interaction. No, I have like Terminate. I have the T-Del. I'm gonna pick up the Planeswalker here. Okay, Elvish Mystic is just fine. Hero's Downfall is also a pretty good card, but I think the 1-mana Accelerant is going to be better. Thragtusk is pretty much perfect in this deck. I like a Braid a lot too, but I already have the Reclamation Sage, the Kolaghan's Command, the Duretti, so I have a few things going on that do that, and just having like a good mid-range creature that acquires 2-for-1s is pretty good. So like this deck's kind of looking to kind of hunt on the aggro decks. It's going to have a tougher matchup against Combo, but that's kind of, I think, generally true of Jund in general. That said, I mean, that notion is all context-driven because in Vintage Cube, you're going to see a lot more combo decks. There's a lot more likelihood to have them. But we have some decent discard in the deck. I mean, I would like to have, like, one more piece of discard. All right, so the Cast Down did come around. And I'm going to pick it up. There's nothing else I can really play here. Putrid Nymph's not a playable, and Celestia Signet's kind of just marginal. All right, here, well, I could take, what am I at? I'm at 28 with 8 lands, so I'm a little short on playables. So I probably do need to take Primal Command, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it. Sword of Fire and Ice, playable, but I don't have a lot of critters. Welder is not going to do much for this deck. I'll probably pick up Coder, because I think it's the best card in the pack. Alright, Gideon, a card I like a lot, but I'm going to pick him up, because it's kind of sad to see him go that late. CJ Commander is a card this deck could play. Crazy enough. Our Imperial Recruiter may come in because it is a 2-for-1. It can get like the Sea Chain Commander. It can get Reclamation Sage. It can get Grim Lavamancer, Bob, or Elvish Mystic. And that puts me at 32 minus 8. So I'm pretty close on playables. I may need one more. I may need to play this Bone Shredder. This deck looks very fair, like exceedingly fair. This looks like a Legacy Cube draft deck. So if we go to add basic lands, 3, 3, 2, that seems about right. That puts us at 16 lands. Is that enough for this deck? It's close. I mean, it probably wants a 17th. But we do have a Signet in the deck. What do we have for draw? We have the Arena. Our mana is very good. We have one Ramper. We have one Signet. Do we want another land? And what would we cut if we wanted the other land? I only have 11 critters. I do think one sword is fine in the deck, especially Sophie, because it lets me draw cards, card advantage. Polukranos is kind of marginal. I mean, like, he is one of the weaker dudes in the deck, but I think I'm pretty low to cut critters. Maybe what I end up doing, because I have Cast Down and I have Terminate, is I cut Toxic Deluge to play an additional land. I sideboard into it. Well, I'm down to 39, so what land are you recommending? I would assume a black land, a swamp. Alright, so let's save the deck. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green sources. Yep, I think this looks right. I think it is 17 lander. And, you know, hopefully we can play like some mid-range kind of mirror matches. Not that you often see those. I mean, often you see like mono brown decks, but this deck does have a decent bit of artifact hate. We can even sideboard into a Nature's Claim to blow up more artifacts. Primal Command deals with almost anything, but it's very expensive. So we'll see. We'll see how this deck does. This deck's got some things and some stuff going on with it. That is for sure. Alright, this hand can cast a Bob, so I'm going to keep it. It can also cast a Scrap Heap Scrounger, so it can just stay alive for a while. Yeah, I'll keep. Yeah, go ahead, my friend. I am not playing a Force of Will deck. It appears you may be. All right, I believe I do play around. I mean, yeah, I do play around Wasteland here. Say go. Okay, Umezawa Jit. That card's annoying. Alright. Alright, they're drawing into cards here. I don't mind that. I don't think. They missed their land drop for the turn. Well, I got a twist coming up relatively soon here. The one issue that I have here is that if I don't hit a land, I'm going to be kind of in a bad spot because I would like to Flame Tongue Kabu whatever they try to lock the Jit onto. They're going to him me. Alright, Brain Maggot me. Cool, but, I mean, I can probably deal with that. I mean, I think they have to assume I can deal with that, but maybe they don't. They take the Vu. They could not take the Vu. But then if I draw any way to get the Sword of Fire and Ice down, they just lose their Brain Maggot, right? So what do they take here? So I have a lot of pretty decent cards. I did have to Demonic Tutor last turn to find a land. I think that was the right play. I think this deck wants to develop its mana base every turn because it's not a great comeback from behind deck. It's more of an incremental deck. So they're heavily debating what they take here. I think the right answer is probably the Vu, the Flame Tongue Kavu. Which is odd because I think it's one of the weaker cards in my hand in a vacuum in this cube. But I do think if we're playing an Umezawa's Jit, Brain Maggot, and Dark Confidant game, we're probably looking at just 2-for-1 value at every turn. But we shall see. I mean, I could draw into a number of removal spells, and they have to assume if I'm on Jund, I'm probably playing removal. I don't think you see a lot of Jund. All right, so they're gonna take the sword. All right, cool, dude. So they're saying if I get a land, that I get to kill their Brain Maggot, which the chance of hitting a land here, well, are decent. I did take a lot of damage off my Bob, though. So, get Vooed. We're taking a lot of damage off our Bob. That the Siege Gang is one of our larger cards in the deck, so we may have to Thragtusk next turn. It just depends on what we draw. We're going to hope to hit into lands, though. Or hope to hit lands with our Bob. If they're just going to miss mana, I mean, I feel very good about this game. That's good for me, but that's why I think Vu is probably the right answer. They have a critter. Well, they got something. Okay, this thing. They gonna take? I think they have to block the Bob here. They could block the Vu and get greedy and just try to take 2 here. But they don't know if I hit a land here or not. I'm not going to play the cat or the they're going to block. I'm going to ditch the Phyrexian Arena here. This is kind of what the Jund deck wants to do, is just grind value. We're at a pretty equivalent life total, but I don't think that belies the status of the game. I think the volume of cards we've hit... I mean, we did miss land last turn, which kind of sucks, but what do you have? You have like a Jace or something? Could be a Damnation, too. All right. Ravenous Chupacabra. Are they going to try to be greedy? They're going to be real greedy here. Wow. I do not like their play here. I think their play is bad. Alright, Tusk. Would you care to block it? I've already gotten a bazillion cards off this thing, so if you want to block it, go ahead. I don't think Bob's going to kill me here, though. If they're seriously debating, they're taking it. All right, they have not played against Bob before, I don't think. Because the way they're playing this, they're playing it kind of, well, foolishly in my opinion. You probably wanted to kill the Bob a long time ago. But I kind of thought that was a free attack by how they've been playing it. They're like, oh, I'm going to blow up the card that already did its job and let the one that's still doing its job stay in play. I mean, maybe their hand does a lot of damage, but blue-black does not strike me as a deck that does tons of damage, and Tusk seems to be like a pretty strong card against what they're up to. You know, you can blow it up, but a 3/3 comes into play. Yeah, I was going to say, man, like, you had to kill Bob there. I don't know what's going on behind the curtain there, but it does not seem to be correct to me. All right, well, we're going to jam it back. Arena, yeah, was kind of bad in that game right there. I don't think I need a Toxic Deluge. I have Terminate and Cast Down. They do not appear to be a creature-heavy deck. I never had to cast Mind Twist. I could try to twist him there, but I think it was just better to get a threat on the board that also gave me life and kind of invalidated their plan of allowing me to have Bob for, like, ever. I do have 3/5, so there is some risk with Bob in this deck, but I'm also a 17-land deck, and I have quite a few 3s and 2s, and I don't really mind taking 3 or I don't mind taking Lightning Bolt damage once a turn. You know, it's basically a mana crypt to draw extra cards. I think it's pretty fair with Bob. That's why I'm playing it here. And the deck's not so slow that it can't close games out decently quick. So there's that. After this game, guys, I'll probably take a quick break to give a call to my kiddo. Is there anything else I want to sidebar? Like, Bonfire of the Dam seems bad in this matchup. Bone Shredder seemed bad. There's a lot of black creatures in there. We saw a Choop. We saw that new Spectre thing. Don't think I need Nature's Claim. Cabal Ritual seems bad. I wish I had a Liliana of the Veil for this deck. Jaretti Ingenious, whatever this guy is, Ingenious Savant, or Ingenious Scrapper, or whatever he's called. I don't know. Iconoclast. I don't know. I mean, he seems good if you get him out early and while you're ahead, but like he seems kind of bad to come back from behind. I guess I have Gruul Signet and Scrap Heap Scrounger and Sword of Fire and Ice that can like sack to him to kill something. So maybe he's not horrible. I mean, if it was sack creature or artifact to kill a creature or artifact, I'd feel a lot better about that. They really needed to kill my Dark Confidant, though. I did not like how they played that. They're just giving me so many cards, man. Like, you can't do it. You can't do that. Can't do it. I mean, he can, but I don't think it pays off. And now we're waiting for something. I don't know what. Yeah, do I think we could have drafted a better deck? Probably. But I kind of wanted to just try playing mid-range guys. Like, that's kind of, the whole thing. I mean, maybe it's a meme deck. I don't know. But I was like, why not try to play, like, an all 2-for-1, like, mid-range deck? Like, just play some Magic, right? This hand's not phenomenal, but I think I'm going to keep it on the draw. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. I mean, it's got some early interaction. It's got the Kolaghan's Command. It's got the Jaretti. It's got most of the mana it needs to cast spells and things and stuff. Ponder, cool. I've kind of gotten to a place with Ponder that, like, I'm not always sure, unless your hand's not that great, that you always want to cast it on turn 1. Alright, I assume we're done unless you have Black Lotus, which would be rough. Alright, your go. Play on a fetch here. I mean, I don't think there's Stifle in the cube. There is Disallow, I believe. Signet. Okay. So I need red mana pretty badly here. I won't lie, I thought the Misty Rainforest would find me something. I forgot, I don't have a Taiga in this deck. I'll represent Abrupt Decay / Assassin's Trophy here. Oh, what do you play? Alright, they're looking for a land. That's rough. Or like, maybe like mana. Like just artifact mana could work too. Could be like a Black Lotus into some degenerate stuff. Okay. Okay. Alright, Bloodbraid next turn. I like me a Bloodbraid. I mean, I would have rather had an untapped source, but beggars can't be choosers. We're in the market for some red mana there, and we got it. Could also leave up, well, we'll see what they do. Could just be terminating something. I don't know. Alright, Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Alright, cool. You got me. Could also just blow this thing up with Flame Tongue Kavu. I think that's better, probably. Can you cast the card forever? Okay, yeah, they can. So I can kill this thing, it doesn't really matter. I probably will Vu it out of the way, though, just to like open up the board. Then I have a better attacker on the following turn, and I can still Bloodbraid under counter magic. I'd rather send Bloodbraid in against open mana. I think that's kind of the purpose of Bloodbraid Elf. Alright, are you done? So they hit land this turn. They did not. We're not going to hit land the turn prior. Part of me kind of wanted to just to mind twist them here, but I think I need to develop my board. Alright, Necrotal, cool. So they're playing pretty fair Magic too. Land me. Alright, well now we're going to start playing unfair Magic. Unless they have Force of Will or Daze, but I'm not going to play around either. Alright. Go ahead. Go ahead, my friend. Okay, they're just going to attack. That's cool by me. Do they have counter magic? I'm going to jam into counter magic. I mean, the chances of them having it are pretty low, but they could have it. No, I didn't think they did. I mean, I just mind twisted the living crap out of their hand. They still have one of my cards exiled. They could treachery this thing, I guess. No, they already got treachery. What do they have here? Alright, bribery. What does bribery get for them? I don't have any like windmill slam creatures. I just have like average dudes. So I could probably terminate anything. Maybe Polukranos. Polukranos is probably one of my better creatures. Sadly enough. Sadly enough. Sadly enough, Polukranos is my top end. I can actually Jaretti plus Scrap Heap Scrounger next turn to kill one of their things or stuff. But Bribery, yeah, it's not a great card. It's a powerful card, but it's not good against me. That's like one of the things, the problems with like Vintage Cube is like cards like Bribery, their power scales up so high because people are trying to do degenerate stuff. And like I'm really not right now, so like Bribery's kind of just like, all right, it's time walk, almost. I mean, they can still get a dude, but it's not going to be game breaking. I don't think. I can't think of a game-breaking dude in my hand. Most of my stuff is game like that's not game-breaking, but like is like the best, like planeswalkers. I don't even have that many good ones. I have like Jaretti and I have like the Nissa. So we may just be able to Jund him out, play some Fair Magic and Jund him out in Vintage Cube. I don't know. All right, yeah, Polukranos. It was like mind red. Mine was red. So what I like here is I like drawing a Lava Claw Reaches, but what I like doing here is just playing this gentleman out, going red, or black, red, black, playing out this gentleman. And sacking this dude. I'm going to force them to fire up their thing if they want to kill my Jaretti. I don't think I mind that much. I'm not going to give them a free kill off Necrotol, but I want to tie up their mana as much as possible. And, you know, all right, they're going to try to cast something else. So what do they have? All right, Sphinx. So I have an answer to that. Take 5. My friend. Then we could Kolaghan's Command next turn. I mean, it really just depends on what they do, but I can kill most things. I mean, they'd have to play something pretty good. I mean, Consecrated Sphinx is a good card. I'm glad I still had Terminate in my deck for that, or my hand for that. Alright, they're just going to kill my Walker. That is fine. Kill this dude. Return the... Oh, wait. Yeah, I kind of did this ass backwards, but it's fine. It's alright. I have an answer to their next threat, possibly. And this is a wallop. This may be lethal, actually. Is it? Alright, they have a kill spell of some sort. Alright, got my land. Cool, dude. Take 9. And pretty assuredly dead next turn, unless they have like a Wormcoil engine. But even then, like Wormcoil doesn't do it because they can't attack with it. I can Flame Tongue plus burn it out with Grim. Or I can just sit back on Grim, and if they attack, I'll block it with my stuff that doesn't, you know, that doesn't matter. Alright, so what could you possibly have? I mean, I think you're dead. Alright, show me it. Is this like a Vendilion Click? Cool. Vendilion Click does not do it here. Yep, cool. You can take away my Flame Tongue Kavu, but like my cards are all pretty similar. They're all just little good 2-for-1s, or they're lands, you know. So I have a land plus a Vu, and you can put my Vu on the bottom, and I'll draw a different card. Alright, well that was not a better card, but I don't think it matters. Blow this thing out of the sky. And you're at 0 cards, so this thing activating. Alright, yeah, you're just done. Alright, guys, quick break. I'm going to make some phone calls, and we'll be back to continue playing Jund in Vintage Cube, which I was skeptical of, but so far has done well. But we were also playing against a pretty fair deck. We're not playing against like a vastly unfair deck, so I think it fared pretty well there, but we'll see how it does as we progress. Back in a minute. Alright, guys, back. So, currently 1-0 with this Jund deck. I don't think this is going to be a 3-0 deck. Well, I mean, it could be if we don't run into combo. I mean, that's kind of a lot of cube. And what I think it makes it generally decently easy to go 2-1 and, like, a little more difficult to go 3-0 is, like, matchups. I mean, if we play against other mid-range, I think we're okay. Ramp may be tougher for this deck, but we do have some discard options. Yeah, hand's good. Hand is good enough. Do we have Bayou in this list? I really should have copied this list. I do think I have Bayou, so I think I'm going to go for Bayou. Well, wait, does it matter? Because Raging Ravine's going to come in tapped anyways. I still think I go for Bayou. I do believe I have Bayou in this deck. No Dice Kid. I like their name. It's pretty funny. It's no nonsense, that's for sure. Kolaghan's Command, pretty good interactive card. Siege Gang, well, it's top end for my deck. As embarrassing as it may be, but it is a good 2-for-1 card. I mean, it does a decent bit of work. I mean, that's what we're looking to do. Is just grind. Like, this is a Jund deck. We're looking to grind, and if we get comboed out like turn 1 or turn 2, well, what can we do? That's just what happens. That's the nature of the cube sometimes. I mean, when you have cards like Channel in the cube, you can lose to them. I do think this deck could be built better, though, if it had like 1 to 2. If it had like Inquisition and Thoughtseize, I think the deck would be a lot better. Like, I'd feel a lot more comfortable playing them. So I kind of like this. I hope I kind of draw a red-black land here. Alright, that's good. So we're going to go for Bayou. I want to say like 95% I have Bayou. Sometimes these decks blend together for me, guys, so I'm sorry if that happens. Alright, we are going to get Bayou because my optimal play here is to force them to discard and blow up a Signet on turn 2. That's why I want to set this up. I want to get the ability to blow a Signet up on turn 2. Blue tends to play more Signets than most other colored decks. They could be blue-red and just blow up my Elvish Mystic, which I think would be okay with. Signet, Signet, Signet. See? This is why you do it, right? And against blue-white, like, this is a big game. Like, you know, you may not look like it, but getting to discard, destroy. You. Put them back a land. Stone Rain them and get them to discard. Like, it's Raven's Crime plus Stone Rain for 3 mana. Pretty good. This is what this Jund deck wants to do. And next turn, I'm not sure what we're doing. We're probably just going to drop a Raging Ravine and then Imperial Recruiter to get another 2-for-1. And then on the following turn, roll into a Sword. Now, they could have Daze or something like that, but Daze is still putting them back a land drop and they're still spending a card on it, which, I mean, is a fairly similar effect, so I don't know what they'll do here. No, it's resolved. They're looking at their hand. Alright, they took Gush out of their hand. Alright, well, Gush does not seem to make a lot of sense right now. At a minimum. Okay, Sapphire. Well, do you have a 3-drop? The Sophie should be pretty decent against their deck. I mean, they appear to be a pretty... Well, we'll see what they're on. I mean, they played an off-color Signet, so they could just be colorless mana. But what else have you got? I don't think I want to just jam Siege Gang on 5. I think I want to go Sword on 5. Duretti's better here. If it gets countered, it gets countered. But I think anything I did this turn was going to get countered. This can blow up artifacts, which is kind of nice. And I will definitely get rid of their Sapphire. That's kind of the 2-for-1 nature of this deck. They have an answer for it. Oh, they have Thirst. Okay, cool. Duretti should be good against an artifact-based deck, though. And then maybe we do go Siege Gang next turn. I don't know. Alright. We have like a Mana Bolt. Alright, Mole Drifter. Cool. They're looking for lands pretty heavily, I think. They did ditch a Mindslaver. I'm going to blow up their Mox Sapphire, though. Put them back on their land drop, I think. That's what makes sense here. Alright, Lotus Petal. Wow, they're all in on these artifacts, huh? See if they have a counter here. They have a Mana Drain or something. If I get Wrath of God in, I think that's okay, because I think they're going to have to use their Lotus Petal to get me. In worst case, if they play like a game-winning artifact, I can just blow up my own sword to kill it. And if the turn gets passed back to me and Bob lives, well, I get another card off Bob, and like that's kind of what I'm trying to do, right? Is Jund him out. And every card, with the exception of Elvish Mystic, is pretty much been a 2-for-1 that we played or a land. So, I like where this is heading. Even if they do play like a game-winning artifact, I can equip Sword, attack, get a card off of it, and then blow the Sword up to blow the artifact up. Mindslaver belies they may have like a combo with it. They could have like, What would the guy be? Goblin Welder. But right now they can't cast Welder. You played your ready, but they need another artifact to get the Welder into play, and then I can just blow the Welder up on my turn. Well, so far this Jund deck has actually put folks in a lot of difficult positions, I think. I mean, it's definitely forced a couple opponents to make some hard calls. This opponent's definitely thinking about what they do here. I mean, they're up on cards in hand, but, we've gotten a few of their resources to include their Rakdos Signet and their Mox Sapphire for essentially free, and their Gush. And their mana is kind of languished as a response to that. I don't think I'd mind a Wrath of God. Wrath of God would just be like, oh, okay, fine, I'd probably just make it do with my Jaretti and then play out the Imperial Recruiter, hope to hit a land. If I hit a land, maybe just play Siege Gang if they tap out here. If they wrath the board, I'll probably drop a Siege Gang. All right, so they are going to cast a 5-drop. All right, High Tide. All right, they're going to try to combo me out then. Combo is more of a problem. Is this a Polukranos? Okay, so they're going to Spiral here. That's a little spooky. But they have a lot of cards now, so we're maybe in trouble here. They have a lot of mana, so what can they do? Could be getting high-tided out. That brings a new notion to what we're playing against, though. So they found the Petal again, which I think I'm fine with. I mean, that's not a recurring source of mana. It is a good source of fast mana. All right, Tez can find artifacts, find Winter Orb, but Winter Orb can be dealt with. I probably wouldn't deal with it on my turn, though. I don't know if I'd want to. And I do have a Mana Dork in play. All right, 2. Is it going to be Winter Orb? It is Winter Orb. All right. I do still have a Forest in deck for Misty Rainforest, in the case that I don't draw it on my next turn, so that means I do have an untapped land. Winter Orb off Tezzeret. That's an old Commander combo, actually, of all things. They have a way to untap their lands. I mean, what else are they going to do? They still have 5 mana, right? Yeah. 4 mana. Sorry. I do think Tezzeret has to die, so I do think I need to equip up the sword. I mean, depending on what they do, equip up the sword and... Alright, they're going to dismember something. Or Phyrexian Metamorph could be what they're doing here. What do they metamorph? Okay, Basalt Monolith, cool. It's down. Alright. What is this copying? Bob? Cool. Alright, I did draw the forest. I'm going to ditch a land here. I don't think I need to play cards right now. I mean, what are they doing? Like, they're not doing anything that's that relevant. And they're locked into their own orb. Or they have Tolarian Academy. That's a card that could be worrisome. That's 3 mana. What have you got, my friend? Misty is now a dead card. So, T Academy is a little more spooky. They have 5 here. What do they cast? Muldrifter? Whatevs. All right, we are at 14 life, so at some point the Winter Orb does need to go away, but I mean, I don't feel too horrible about this. Maybe I should have just blown Winter Orb up there at instant speed on their turn. Yeah, that would have been better. Actually, I misplayed this, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I played this like a fool. Yeah, sure. Raging Ravine, whatever. All right, what have you got? Slam in there for some damages. I think we're gonna ditch Demonic Tutor. So they are dead next turn. They need to do something about the board. All right, they're dead. They're just dead. They died to their own Winter Orb. I did misplay this, though. I should have saved the Kolaghan's Command for their upkeep and just blown up their shit then and left them tapped out and had the first untap and just won on my own turn. Yeah, I do think that I want a Nature's Claim in this matchup. Terminate and Cast on are probably fine. It's possible I do not want Fresh. I think Fresh Arena is still great. What do I cut, though, for it? Primal Command seems awfully slow. I'm going to resub like this. Primal Command does deal with a lot of stuff. It gains me some life. It finds me my best creature. My best creature is like Rexage. So I have Nature's Claim, Rexage, Kolaghan's Command, Duretti, Ingenious, blah, blah, blah. I have a decent bit of dudes that blow up artifacts, you know? Decent bit of things. I don't have a way to deal with the land, though. So, like, Tolarian Academy could still be problematic. It could be like those weird games, like against Paradox, Glaucom Storm, and, like, Vintage. Yeah, this hand's great. Wow. Wow, yeah, I love this hand a lot. Yeah. Wow. I'm into it. Keep. Go ahead, my man. Play like a turn 1 Soul Ring. Alright, get probe me. I mean, they're going to know that I have a decent-ish hand. I mean, if they can do something about it, cool. The Elf was a good pickup, too. I mean, that's going to allow me to Bob and Nature's Claim something and then have an even bigger Mind Twist the following turn. Then I can DT for Kolaghan's Command to deal with any splash effect stuff. Or Rexage, even. They're under quite a bit of pressure here. They have a lot to be worried about in this hand. Now, if they just play land, go. Alright. What are we going to do here? Play an artifact of some sort. I do know they're playing High Tide, so the Mind Twist does have a different element in this game now that's very important to me and them. Alright, so they're playing some sort of possible counter magic here. I'm going to just land this thing. Bob here. Say, hey, counter it. They don't want to counter it. I'm going to leave up the Nature's Claim here. I'm not going to attack them for one. I think it's better. Okay. Go ahead and expend it. Go ahead, my friend. I will do it in response. That way they can only generate 1 mana off Tolarian Academy. They're still going to get mana off this thing, but I'm fighting for 1 mana here is what I'm fighting for. Once the Lotus Petal goes down, they get 2 off of the... Yep. They can counter this if they like. I don't care about the life total. I care about cards. Alright, Impulse. Cool. By next turn, I can cast a Kolaghan's Command, so I'm just going to attempt to do this right now. If they found a counter, cool. Like, my Mana Drain would be good. Alright, they did not, so they just lost a lot of good shit. We'll get their last card, blow up their artifact, and just put them to nothing. This has got to feel pretty abysmal. Now I'm in the mode of top decking, but I mean, I've got them on a clock. What do they have? Not much to go on, right? Alright, they found a Phyrexian Metamorph, and they're going to copy my Bob. Okay. Oh, I played that incorrectly, I think. I doubt they'll block. If they block, I'm cool with that. Yeah. Alright, Lodestone Golem, cool. Can't actually they can cast it now. Cool. Fight through it. We need to get a value block here, but I'm just going to go for damage. I'm trying to out-tempo them at this point. I think their deck's going to have more longevity. They're going to trade the Lodestone for that. All right. Good luck. May God's love be with you. All right, they drew an island. That's good for them. Island plus X. So they have 5 mana. Grim Monolith. All right, they're dead. Yep. All right, junned them out. Now we're just going to run the combo and lose. Like, this deck is like a good, just 2-for-1 style deck. On the draw, this hand's really slow. I'm going to keep this, but... excuse me. But it's not very fast, and I don't know. I'm not excited about this hand. Yep, go. Playing Fair Magic. Alright, White Weenie. I don't think that's a horrendous matchup. Well, if I can stay alive to that, it's going to be good. Alright, maybe Jeskai. I'm going to leave Cast Down up. That is not something to be cast down. Alright, cool. I'm going to get the Elvish Mystic. It's pretty low value, but it ensures that I can hit Thragtusk on curve. Play a dude out. Alright, that's not quite a dude. I can deal with that thing, though. Yep. Just indestructible. Yep. Okay, go ahead. Wrath of God would be the worst thing to see. Like, I would be in trouble there. And now if they tap on, I can Primal Command on their turn and get rid of the Gideon and draw my best creature card. Or gain life if I so choose to do that. If they Wrath me, that's a lot worse. Like, hopefully they're not playing a Wrath of God. Or if they have a Wrath of God, they don't have it in hand. Typically speaking, Wrath effects don't tend to be as prevalent in Powered Cube. Folks don't run them as main deck as often. Like, the best Wraths tend to be, like, Toxic Deluge is really it. Like, that's the one you want generally, because there are some weenie decks that I think can be good. So I have kind of extended into... Maybe I shouldn't have played the Elvish Mist account. Maybe I should have saved that, but I don't really have anything over 5, so, like, I think it's fine. If they don't do anything, then I'm probably just going to be loath to do much myself. I'll probably just sit back and draw cards on Bob. They could attack with both and try to do 8 to me. Okay, Angel. Cool. They can cast this thing back if they have another land, which, you know, is good value. But if they do that, I think I'm probably just going to go for the Primal Command play. And what do I find then? Maybe just Siege Gang Commander. It's just a good kind of over-the-top threat. Alright, Treachery. Alright, cool. But I can put Treachery back on top of their deck if they don't have a counter spell. Or, you know, they can do any number of other things. Actually, I can blow Treachery up with Reclamation Sage as well, which is not horrible. Alright, cool. And they're going to pass. Well, that means they probably have counter magic. Him would be the best draw. Alright, so I think we try this. It's going to get probably countered. I mean, it doesn't get countered by mana leak at a minimum. Blow up the Treachery. Maybe. Maybe not. Hard counter. Yeah, mana leak does not work. And if that's what they have, or like Miscalc does not work. We shall see. Okay, got it. Now I can get back my Scrap Heap Scrounger, right? That's not sorcery speed, is it? Nope. Cool. Card is pretty good. I've always been kind of a fan of Scrap Heap Scrounger. It's a good 2-for-1 card. Just like, you know, it's not a good defensive 2-for-1 card, but it's a good 2-for-1 card regardless. If they Angel of Sanction something, I'm going to feel really great about that. Like, I kind of hope they go for that play. Alright, yep, you got it. Dark Confidant, sure. sure. I mean, Reclamation Angel or Restoration Angel would be what they could have here. Are they going to fire this dude up? They can eat one of my guys, but I can blow it up with the Flame Tongue Kavu. All right, they're going to do that. Okay, you got it. Take him down a land drop here, which feels good. Do you have a way to stop it? Okay, cool. Okie doke. Terminus is kind of rough. Yep, any order. Alright, kill your permanent. And you're at 2 cards. I'm at 1. You have the draw first, but I do have the man land, and I do have a threat in hand. So we'll see what they can come up with. Land. Hopefully not a walker. Alright, counterspell. We'll see. I don't want to run the Raging Ravine there just into like a random Path to Exile or Swords to Plowshares. I don't know what they could have. Well, not a creature, evidently. Get hemmed. Show me what you're working with. There was a Swords to Plowshares. Well, maybe I'm dead. We shall see. Wow. Alright, sweet. Got there. I mean, we did hit very well off the him. And him was a good top deck. Do I want Creature Kill? Do I want Bonfire? T-Del. No, I think this deck is kind of set up to do exactly what we want it to do against this style of deck that we're playing. I mean, maybe a Bone Shredder. No, I want to see more. I mean, I don't think we've seen enough to put a Nature's Claim in there. Duplicate could be good enough. It doesn't kill Planeswalkers, though. That's kind of going to be the biggest problem card. I don't have the Hero's Downfall or the Dreadbore, which I passed up on in this draft. I did have opportunities both. But I kind of turn my nose to them, if you will. Which maybe I shouldn't have. I do have a lot of good cards. Alright, so this hand looks great. I mean, we got some Artifact Destruction, we've got a Bob, we've got a Mind Twist. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. I'm a fan. I didn't see a lot of counter magic in the first game either. Just a lot of board control. Don't discard me. Alright, cool. Alright, reaches, go. Alright, Wall of Omens is whatevs. I think this card will incite a response. I mean, if they have like Plow or a Bolt or something like that, they'll kill it, I think. Helix, yep. Oh, I tapped all wrong for this. Could get Bloodbraid. Bloodbraid is kind of just generally like free value. Colgan's Command is also just a good 2-for-1. You know what? I like Arena. But we'll see what they do. I could just be like killing something. You know, it may have been smarter just to leave my mana open. So if they play like a dumb creature, alright, they're going to do nothing. Alright, go ahead and counter Phyrexian Arena. No? Okay. Disenchant effect. I'm going to play a dude out. What are you going to do about it? This thing. This thing. I feel like we're in a very good place here to go 3-0, but we'll see. Ugin would be a problem, like a big Ugin or a Karn. I don't think we'd be able to do it here. But Ugin we could wipe out with. Well, actually, we still have the Scrap Heap Scrounger left after Ugin blows stuff up. So I guess we're not like completely like, out of luck here. Yeah, okay. Counterspell as well? No. Alright, Jaretti. Alright, draw Wrath or Bust, pretty much. Junded him out. Wow, guys, this is not a deck that I expected to go 3-0 with, but I feel like we are there. I mean, they can't, unless they have fast mana, like Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Black Lotus in hand, I don't think... Alright, Time Walk, so they get to draw another card. Cool. Now they can have Ugin, land Ugin. Like, Ugin is the card that kind of has me worried. Alright, just concede. Alright, 3-0, 6-0, did not lose a game with Mono Fair, like, 2-for-1 Jund. Like, every card did a 2-for-1. Well, there's a Mana Dork, there's some lands. But everything else, there's like 2 removal spells. But other than that, like, everything else did 2-for-1s. So, like, that was kind of the deck's theme. And it actually worked. Like, it actually worked really well. Now, saying that said, like, we did not face any combo. If we faced, like, hard combo, I think our deck was just a pile of trash. But against, like, the control decks and, like, the fair decks that are kind of like the semi-fair decks, like the control decks or the decks that have, like, a couple combos in them, like, I think we tend to be okay because, like, we have a lot of great, like, you know, just exchanging cards, like, interactive cards, like Hymn to Turek, like, the Duretti, the card I don't think is good, but, like, it is a 2-for-1, like, over time. It's just it's the slowest-ass 2-for-1 ever. Like, you have to make a thing, then exchange the thing for a thing, and then make another thing, and then exchange the thing for a thing. But, you know, if you're ahead, it allows you to stay ahead, is kind of the trick. It doesn't really allow you to get ahead from behind, although we did sack a sword to it one time. Under, I believe, a Winter Roar block, which was a weird lock because the opponent just locked themselves out of the game. You know, and some, like, marginal planeswalkers. Like, this is not a great planeswalker, but I mean, like, there, she was fine. She just makes dudes and, like, makes my dudes bigger. Thragtusk, Kolaghan's Command. Like, these are all just great cards that just, I think, you know, really shined in this cube. And I'm really happy. I had fun drafting this deck because, like, it's not often you get to play fair Magic, you know, which, I mean, Jund It's hard to call fair magic because I mean it is, but it's insidious fair magic. It's like everything in my deck is going to exchange at a 2-for-1 rate, like Arc Trails, Hymn to Turix. But at the same time, like I'm not doing anything intrinsically broken. I'm just eventually going to end up like 3 to 4 cards ahead of you, and those 3 to 4 cards are going to be like my Scavenging Ooze, my Tarmogoyf, my Thragtusk that are on the board, just killing you because you're just out. You're out of gas. So very, very cool games. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was Cube Draft number 8 or 9. I can't remember now. But I had very fun drafting it because I haven't done this in a while. I haven't done like a mid-range deck in Vintage Cube in a while. And it did really well. It did really well, and I'm very happy with the deck. Very proud of it. All right, guys. Take care now and enjoy.